get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that my kids and me. Gotta make sure that.
Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Tonight, I'm just drinking on some Crown and Coke tonight, man. I hope you guys had a great weekend, man. I know a lot of things that took place last weekend and stuff like that. But there's some things that I want to talk about uh tonight and really been on my mind. It's really been on my mind and I just want to talk to you guys about it. So I want y'all two things I want to talk about tonight. Okay. The first one, I just want to talk about social media, right? And is it me or does it seem like social media is kind of like in a way going backwards in a sense, right? Now, what do I mean by going backwards? Uh, how can I say? I mean, we got platforms out there like Facebook, we got Instagram, we have X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat. You know, depending on your age group, you know, you can tell who's on what, right? Do I still use Facebook? Yeah, I use Instagram, TikTok. You know, I just like to watch the videos and post some stuff on there too. Uh, I do personally. I do have X, formerly known as Twitter. I do have that. Don't have Snapchat. No, I think it's just a lot. I think it just depends on your generation and what your generation uses. But I just want to start with a few platforms because X doesn't really have this issue because it's more like real time. You know, you post something that's right there real time, especially if you're following somebody, you get all that stuff like that. But it seems like with other platforms, right? Like you take Facebook and Instagram. Have you ever noticed that you'll see someone's status for the first time and they made that status or that post like 3, 4, 5 days ago, and you've seen it for the first time, and you guys are your friends, right? Or you might be following somebody and you don't really get that post until what happened to the algorithms? Whatever happened to the algorithms? What happened to just your news feed? Whoever posts is there instantly. You know, it's crazy. It's almost like social media wants you to be addicted to it so you can be seen, you can be heard, or you know how they do. They're like, hey, especially if you have a business, they want you to pay for it for you to be seen. Like, yeah, go ahead if you want to reach all these people, man. Uh, pay $10 to reach X amount of people and all of that. They want to get you into paying for it, right? And same thing, you kind of like see it on TikTok. They done changed all of that stuff over the few years. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Because you got your For You page, and then you have your they create a separate tab is like your friends. So people that you're following, you just go over there, you can see just their posts, right? Um, but for the most part, you want to be on that For You page, which is hard to get on now, right? It's just so hard to get on the For You page. You know, you pretty much see people making 4 or 5 videos in a day. Like, I ain't got that time. I like to live my life. That's just me personally. I like to live my life. Yeah, I have a platform that I push and promote on there, but sometimes it's hard to be seen. It's hard to be seen. Um, for me, it's not what it used to be. No, it's not what it used to be. Man, that Crown and Coke is good. And I just feel like I wish it could go back to the way it was. You see what I'm saying? But now with so many people on it, you got so many people that's people make their living off of social media. People make them living off of social media, and the algorithms are in their favor. You got the number of posts, you got uh, you know, likes, comments, all that stuff that factors in whether your post will be seen and all of that. And sometimes you see, like like look at Facebook. Sometimes you see posts that you're not even friends with. There's certain people that you're not friends with, and yet you'll see their posts. It's like, I'm not even following this person. I'm not even friends with this person, but yet I see their stuff on my newsfeed. Like, I don't want to see that. I just want to see the people that I'm following, see what they're up to. You know what I mean? That's the way I thought it was. But things have changed. Things have changed, and I mean, I wish it kind of go back to the way it was. Now, they got the blue check marks, right? You see it on Facebook, Instagram, you see it on X. How if you want to become like first priority, they want you to pay like a monthly subscription so your post could be seen first. I'm not paying that. I'm not. I just think that now they're trying to figure out ways to make more money. They got the ad revenue. Now they're trying to you know, pay for your post to be seen and everything like that. What else? Now they want you to pay to be seen. Except, you know, I remember you used to have to work hard to get a blue check next to your name, right? So, especially like celebrities and all of that, you follow them, you want to make sure it's a real them, blue check mark. Right now, it seems like anybody could pay for a blue check mark. And don't get me wrong, if that's something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. I just kind of like wish it would go back to real time posts. You see what it is. I don't want to see a post for the first time and after 5 days it was made. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. It's crazy out here. And I think they need to. I don't know what it is about social media, but it seems like, do they have like on their top level or in their workforce, are they very diverse? Because it's sometimes, I give you an instance, right? On uh I remember on my Facebook page, I put a post on my podcast page, right? Uh I was excited about an article that was about me, TennesseeHighlighter.com. And I posted that on my page, right? So they could go and read the article and all that stuff. I get the post was flagged. They said for sexual content, excuse me, sexual content and or nudity. Nowhere to be found. It was none of that stuff to be found. I'm like, who is doing this? And then and they said they went and reviewed it again, and it's the same thing. Like, I'm not understanding that. Like, what is this about? Who is actually going through all of this and basically saying, oh, this is what it is? I just had a regular picture up of myself, fully clothed. I'm outside. I had my earbuds in, my glasses on, my transition glasses on. I took a picture, sent it to them so they could have it for the article, and that was that. And it was flagged. It's kind of like, is it because of the link? They don't want really people to go to external links or anything like that. Even when I made a post, asking people like, "Hey, here's the link. Go subscribe to the channel." Flagged. It got flagged again. I'm like, what's going on? I've never been flagged on Facebook. I've been on Facebook since 2008. That's a long time to be on a platform. 2008. And I remember back then when you only had a certain number of characters that you know, you could use to make a post, right? Never been flagged for anything, nothing like that. But it seemed like it's getting out of control, right? even with TikTok, TikTok is the same way. Certain words trigger bone. You get flagged for that. It's kind of like, what are y'all doing right now? What's really going on with social media? And uh, you know what? I'm gonna be real with you. Be real with you. Even though we have the Facebook, we have the Instagrams. Instagram took a turn when um I remember when Instagram first started, but I don't know what Instagram became. It's photos. No, people still use it. Like I said, you got like millennials like myself who still use Instagram and all of that. No, it's nothing wrong with that. Still using Instagram, uh, but you know things change. The platform changed and all of that, and it's kind of like more people being on it, so they want to make it a competition on each platform. They want to make it a competition to be like, all right, we're going to change our algorithms to see who's still going to, you know, post so many times in a day. Now, look, I ain't got no problem with people, that want to, all they do is want to post, go ahead. For me, I like to be outside. I like to enjoy life. I can't be, my life can't be centered around social media like that. If you got a business or you have a brand, or if you're an artist and an entertainer, or you have a, like me, you have a podcast, yeah, you're gonna post on social media because you want people to check you out. But man, you talking about people personal pages and all of that, that is that's crazy. And here's the thing, man, with all these platforms out there, I want to ask this question for you guys. Y'all know how, like, with movies, they come back around. Like, if you take matter of fact, I'll give you a prime example. Uh Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, right? On Netflix. You know, Came out, good movie, by the way. I like the movie. All right. But with that, I was getting a sense of what happens if MySpace came back? Like, if MySpace came back. Now, for the younger people, y'all don't understand. MySpace was the number one social media site out there. The biggest argument wasn't what you post, it was like who was in your top eight, right? You take somebody out your top eight, it was going to be problems. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like if you're in a relationship back then and you put that person in your top eight, then you take them out. That was in the sense of like changing your relationship status, right? And then you had a way to where you can actually design your profile the way you want. Add music on there. That's how artists during the early 2000s. That's how a lot of them got discovered, was through MySpace. Okay, you had that, and like I said, you could design your profile page, the background of your profile page any way you wanted to. It was a great time because it's like you added your own personality to your page. What if, my question is, how many people wouldn't mind seeing MySpace make a comeback? Now, obviously, they're not gonna bring the same thing back because then it's like, yeah, if they change it up, they come out with something new that makes people want to gravitate towards. Um, how many people would like to see MySpace come back in a different way? In a different way, like keep the nostalgia of early 2000s, but bring it to modern times. How many people would enjoy seeing it? I know I probably would. No, I'll give it a shot if they came back. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing MySpace come back. Um, and obviously, we all know when it comes to technology, somebody's working on something that's new. Don't be surprised in the next year or two. There's a brand new uh, social media site out there um, that could change the game. Every social media site was different, right? MySpace was different, Facebook was different, Instagram was different, Twitter was different, Snapchat was different, TikTok is different. So you never know what's what. Okay, don't be surprised, but in a way, for me, I just feel like social media at this time, you got a lot of people who's addicted to social media, right? They're so addicted to social media uh, to where they can't live without it. You know what I mean? Even when you see clips of people going to the club, how you paying to go into a club to get all dressed up just to sit down and look at your phone? Like, come on, man. Live life. Put the phone down. But people so quick to capture a moment. It's one thing to capture a moment. It's another thing that you want to capture it, then put it on social media so you can get attention. Y'all remember when that first came about? Instagram models. To me, I don't to say you're an Instagram model, it just saying, and this how I felt. It was just saying that you couldn't make it in the real modeling industry, so you just got a camera, you was taking pictures the way you want to, and put it out there because you were seeking attention in a sense. Now, some of them might have signed with an agency, right? Right. When I think about models, I think about Victoria's Secret. I think about uh the models that you'll see for like big brands. You had like the Gap, you had uh what other stuff they had they'll use models for? Perfume, you know, whatever the case may be, clothing brands and all that stuff. They'll use stuff like that. But I mean, it felt like anybody could have been an Instagram model. All you had to do was take pictures and put it out there, right? Um, Snapchat, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not too familiar with Snapchat. I know it's been out for a while. Never really got into it. I think this is at the point where I was like, okay, it's they starting to create, you know, more platforms, which each generation should have a platform that like, yeah, this is our thing. Like us millennials, we had MySpace, we had the Facebook, Instagram. Now you got the Gen Zers, Snapchat, TikTok, which seems like everybody's on TikTok now. Even on TikTok, it's so I feel like TikTok is the most strictest of the rest of the platforms. But I don't know, man. I wish social media could go back to its simpler times. That's what I think. I wish it could go back to its simpler times, man. And um, they make it so competitive. They really make it competitive, for social media. Especially if you want to be seen and everything like that. And even though you know what's going on, most people don't care what you got going on. A lot of people have all these friends just to say, "Hey, look at my friends list. I got all these friends and all that." But how does that amount to what? What are you trying to prove with all these friends, right? A lot of people just want to be in your business. They want to see what you got going on. And you got a lot of people out there too. And here's one thing about social media. Whatever's going on in your personal life, don't put it on social media because now you're inviting everybody to come on there and first off, they're in your business, and two, you give them a platform to voice their opinions, unless you turn off the comments. But even with that, that's kind of, I mean, people still know what's going on in your personal life. So I don't know, man. I wish social media could go back to simpler times. You know what I mean? I like watching videos, man. Listen, I love watching videos, man. It's cool and everything. Don't mind that. But you see people make a post out there, they want to see it in real time. I would like to see a post in real time. I don't want to see a post that happened 4 or 5 days ago. That's on my friend, who I'm friends with. And then I'm like, dang, I didn't even know y'all made this post until today. So that's just how it is and that's on every platform, it seems like. on every platform. You won't get to see a post until 3, 4 days later. Even on TikTok, you'll see a post for the first time. That's been out for like 2 months. I mean, that's just how it is. So I know people seeing my videos that's been out for 2 years and liking it from 2 years ago. So I don't know, man. I wish it was simpler times, man. Which it seems like everybody has a fair shot of being seen, being heard, and things like that. They switch up the algorithm so much. I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding that at all. On YouTube, hey, look, YouTube, I understand what they're doing. You know what I mean? But come on, man. Just I like to see it go back to simpler times. Y'all let me know what y'all think about social media and how you feel about social media. And also too, man, if y'all like to see, like a MySpace comeback, you know, because I'm telling y'all right now, MySpace, to me, MySpace doesn't get the credit for what they did ushering. Actually, they're like you can say that they're like the godfather of this era, right? Yeah, Facebook, big or whatnot. But I always said Facebook wouldn't be successful if it wasn't for MySpace. That is how it is. That's the way I see it. Facebook wouldn't be success. None of these platforms will be successful without the success of MySpace, right? And that's the way I see it. And and I like one before we move on, one platform I really do like is LinkedIn because it's for business professionals. Um, you can connect uh with people like that. So it has a specific purpose, right? Like networking purposes and all that. Uh so I really like LinkedIn. So just want to put it out there. But let me know what y'all think about social media and should MySpace uh come back into this this race. Should that happen? Should MySpace come back? Uh bring some of its original stuff, mix it with the new stuff that's going on right now. What do y'all think? Y'all let me know. All right. All right. The next topic I want to talk about. Uh, this is kind of tough, but I'm gonna talk about it. The national anthem is, when you're asked to sing the national anthem on any level, right? Say high school level, college, pros, um, it really gets to you really get to show your talent. Okay. Now there has been some terrible renditions of the national anthem. Okay. Now, why am I bringing this up? This is why I'm bringing this up. The home run derby took place a few days ago, and obviously, baseball All Star Weekend. I don't understand why. Before I get to that, I don't understand why baseball don't have its All Star. Say like the weekend, like Saturday is the home run derby, and then Sunday is the All Star game. I don't understand that at all. I Instead of doing it on a Tuesday, you have the home run derby on a Monday. You got the All Star game on a Tuesday. Why not just do it on a Saturday and a Sunday? I need somebody to explain that to me. Why not just do it on a Saturday and Sunday? Either way, that just I was just thinking about that. But the national anthem on at the home run derby, country music star, what is her name? The name. I just had the name in my head, but she was a four-time Grammy nominated singer. And matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up while I'm talking to you guys. But She she sung the national anthem, and it wasn't that good. Wasn't that good at all. She it just wasn't there. It just wasn't hidden. Obviously, it went viral and everything. She apologized for her performance, for her performance singing the national anthem and everything. But it's got me thinking about other people who sung the national anthem. It just wasn't there. Carl Lewis did it. If y'all remember Carl Lewis, he did it. Fergie, obviously, NBA All Star Game, saw Fergie singing the national anthem. You've seen players, their reactions. You see some of the celebrities and their reaction. Charles Barkley made a comment. Can't lie, it was funny, saying you need a cigarette after that. But it was no. Sometimes some people like if she would just, in my opinion, is if you just would have sung it the way like you normally would sing, without trying to do something that's not naturally you, I think you would have been fine. But the fact that you was trying to do something that was out of character for you, uh that was, who was it? Ingrid and Dress. I can't even say her name. I know first name is Ingrid. Country star. Um she sung the national anthem. Uh Let me see. They said that she was drunk the night before, and she said she was checking into a rehab facility. Now, my podcast is Drinking After Dark. If I know I'm not up to it, you could have let people know that, hey, I don't think I could do this. Or, she could have just done it the way like her normal songs. I mean, you don't have to, try to hit notes that you normally don't hit and everything like that. That's perfectly fine. People will respect it, but it was just unfortunate that uh no, that went viral and everything like that. And even though it drew comparisons to Fergie and everything like that, if y'all can go back, see those clips, you can see some of the players, they just couldn't hold it together. And celebrities that was there. But if you was at that point where you wasn't feeling your best and you try to go out there singing and then you just bombed it. I mean, in a way, it could really hurt your career in a sense, because usually when people are asked to sing the national anthem at any sporting event or anything like that, obviously, they could really sing. You know what I mean? Then sometimes it's just a popularity thing. Uh, yeah, it was the reason I bring that up because not everybody could sing the national anthem. Just because you're a recording artist, you whether you do R&B, whether you do pop, whether you do country, you do gospel, we all know the national anthem. You got to sing that live. There's no, technology to help your voice in a way. This is live, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, and I hope she get the help that she needs. You know what I mean? And if she they give her a second chance to do it, maybe she could come back better than ever. Do it her way. She ain't got to go all out of her character, like I said, and maybe she'll surprise us all. So I just wanted to bring that up because man, it was not a pleasant sight to see at all. All right, y'all, man. Thank you guys for tuning in with me tonight. I hope you have a safe and blessed weekend. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to Drinking After Dark Podcast YouTube channel. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Episodes are uploaded every week on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's uploaded every week. Until next time, I'm Darius from Drinking After Dark, and we out. Peace.
Gotta get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that